This is the 80's Club with me, Barry Davis. I'm here till 7:30 with my old friend Nick Durham.
How you doing?
Absolutely fantastic, I am, mate. We're going to talk more about your company now.
Yeah, let's go.
What
What do you want to know?
Well, I want to know, sort of from when you started it,
Yeah.
sort of to now, how it's progressed, and I don't want to know.
No.
Details, but
I
you know
mean,
what I mean?
we started out small, as anything does. Anything starts out small, and we were going to local events and smaller events, and we started out with our very very small stock level, etc. Because basically what I could get in the back of my car, and over the last 2 years we've kind of built it up and it's grown. And we've got to the point where we carry, at the moment, we're carrying 4-5 designer lines, 1 from Japan, 4 from the United States, 1 we have exclusively. The other one we pretty much have exclusive because we're 12 months ahead of the game on everybody else. Cool. And we just built it up. I said, we did the grind, I think is the easiest way to say.
Yeah.
Did the hard work, did the mileage.
I bet there's a lot of hard work.
There's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of mileage involved in stuff like this because nobody's going to get your name out there for you.
Yeah. Forgive me for being negative, but did you have sort of many knockbacks?
Lots.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots, and still do.
Yeah.
Still do now. Yeah. It's all part and parcel of the game because when you do something well, somebody will look at that thing that you've done well and try and replicate it.
Yeah.
And
always.
that doesn't necessarily work. I mean, imitation is the highest form of flattery.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
I'm not going to complain if somebody's trying to replicate what I'm doing, but at the same time, I do feel that we've done those miles.
Yeah.
We've done that mileage. We actually celebrated our 2nd birthday yesterday.
Brilliant. Happy birthday.
And I thank you very much. And I believe it's
Did you bring cake?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
It's not a real birthday.
It's not a real birthday. No, it's not. It's not.
I'm kidding. Go on.
No. But obviously you do get I think it's the statistic 85% of businesses fail in the first 6 months.
Really?
So
wow.
Yeah, so you're kind of doomed to fail when you start.
Yeah.
So to be in that position where I'm kind of like, no, we're 2 years old, we're doing fine.
But I suppose with being sort of, I'm assuming you're mainly online based.
We do a lot of in-person stuff as well. I mean, we don't have bricks and mortar. We would love a flagship, but we don't have bricks and mortar at the moment. But we do have online. There is a platform. fpcollectibles.com is the platform.
Yeah.
And as I say, we have, a lot of stuff that we do in person. We travel to Birmingham, we go to London, we go to Manchester, we go to Liverpool.
Yeah, I know you go everywhere because I can never get hold of you.
No, I know. I'm like the international British-ish man of mystery kind of, maybe not, thing.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this Mad Penguin thing that you were telling me about.
Right, yeah, the Mad Penguin thing. So basically, like last year, we started releasing a digital comic strip once a month. Part 5 is due out next Thursday, a week today.
Yeah.
And it's called The Incredible Adventures of Duck Boy.
Okay, and where can people see that or read? Do you have to subscribe or?
There is something that you can subscribe to, but I will talk about that later on.
Okay, yeah.
At the moment, it's free.
Yeah.
You can log on to theincredibleduckboy.com.
Okay.
And you can see everything on there from his adventures. As I say, it's a 12-panel, old school, like a syndicated comic strip.
Oh, cool, yeah.
That we write and produce, and we work with a very, very talented artist called Theo Kane at Slimehouse TV in Sheffield. And it's, they're all our own characters, it's all our own story. And the weird and wonderful Mecha Penguin that you were referring to earlier on is Flightless, who is one of the characters who came into it in the last strip. So yes, this is an original thing that we've created, one of the things that we're promoting at the moment. And we've just launched an original toy line. We're actually taking that leap from being a retailer of toys to actually making our own.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So have you produced your own toys already?
Yes.
Or is it something you're working towards?
We're currently in the manufacturing stage at the moment, because if you're a major toy manufacturer, you can do things in kind of 12 weeks.
Right.
And you can get them to the shelf in 12 weeks. You can't really do that if you're an independent. It takes you around a year. And
really? That long?
It does. But purely to find financial constraints. But we are in what's called the tooling process at the moment, which basically means we're making the molds, we're doing what needs to be done in that side, and that's all happening. And essentially we should be to market in September.
Brilliant. So, let's just say somebody's listening now and they're thinking, this penguin sounds amazing, because it is.
Well, thank you.
I'm looking at the promotional material at the moment.
Thank you very much.
It does look really cool.
Thank you.
Where could they find you in Wrexham? Or could they find you in Wrexham?
They can't. They don't. We don't have a physical place unless you want to come along to Wales Comic Con at the end of this month, which of course takes place on the university campus.
And what is that? April the is it 27th?
Oh, I think it's 27th, 28th. I don't ever ask me dates because I'm terrible with dates because I don't manage the calendar. But yeah, but yes, I mean, obviously Wales Comic Con is on at the campus at the end of this month, and outside of London and Birmingham, it is the biggest Comic Con in the country.
Is it really?
Without question.
Right.
Without question. It is one of the biggest Comic Cons in the country.
I'm learning a lot this evening.
It is, and it's a phenomenal event, and I believe it's pretty much sold out.
Is it really?
Oh, that again, it's been selling out prior to the event for months, years.
I must be honest, I didn't think it was the sort of thing that would sell out. I thought it was just, you can come and have a look sort of thing.
No. You can get tickets on the day if you're willing to queue.
Yeah.
But if you want early bird and in first, you've got no chance now. They need to be within the first 24 hours of it.
Right, I see. Yeah. But you'll be there.
Yes, we will.
Promoting your, well, obviously the things you already sell.
Exactly.
What's your biggest seller?
At the moment,
Yeah.
we deal with a company called Super 7 from California.
Yeah.
Who they do 3 3/4 inch retro style figures of licenses that never happened. So imagine the same size and scale as a Star Wars figure.
Right.
Only in a design that has never come out. So for example, Back to the Future never happened. So you'll get Back to the Future. Yeah.
You've lost me. It never happened. I don't understand.
So imagine something like taking an idea and saying, right, that was never made as a toy in the 80s, but wouldn't it be cool if that was made in a toy as a toy in the 80s? So let's make that toy in an 80s style.
Right.
I'll give you a very one of the figures that we currently sell is of Alfred Hitchcock.
Right.
Right, but he's made 3 3/4 inches high, and he looks like he could stand next to your Star Wars Darth Vader from the 70s, and he's not out of place.
Brilliant. I understand what you mean.
See where we're getting.
Yeah, so you're thinking sort of, it probably was made at the time, but let's just say from Back to the Future, the DeLorean.
Yes.
And if it had never been made,
yes,
then the company would go, well, let's do this.
Let's do this.
And sort of as original as they can possibly make it.
That's it, yeah. And they basically make lines that never came out in that style for the collector now that wants them in that style.
That's brilliant.
So we are their primary importer into the United Kingdom.
Okay, we need to sort of, where can people find your...
fpcollectibles.com is our website.
What I'm going to do, by the way, is I'm going to put links on my Facebook.
Fantastic.
For the collectibles and also the Duck Boy.
Yep.
Comic strip.
Yep.
And we'll just sort of get it out there.
Yeah, definitely.
And if people want to know any more information, if anybody gets in touch with me, I of course can then
direct
get in touch with you in about 6 months when you're not doing anything. It's true.
It is, yeah, it is true.
You are very busy.
I very rarely get a chance to do. Yeah, I'd rather be busy than sat around.
Exactly. Yeah.
Completely.
Right, we're going to do another track of yours now,
yes,
aren't we?
Yes.
Do you want to sort of?
I will.
Explain?
I will very, very quickly. Well, again, when you were talking about that, I got the opportunity to kind of pick my own records. One of the characters that we introduced very early on in the second comic strip of The Incredible Adventures of Duck Boy is a character called Noxter. She's based on my tabby cat, Nox, right? And she is a gangster.
Is she on here?
She is. She's on there. That you can see her. There she is. She's a gangster. She has a scar over her eye, right? And when I gave the mock-up of her to my artist, to Theo, I said, this is what I want her to look like. But I wanted to have elements of Breathless Mahoney from Dick Tracy and elements of Jessica Rabbit.
Right.
But then when we were actually writing her and writing her script, I was like, but what does she sound like? Well, she sounds kind of like this, but what kind of attitude has she got? And the attitude came from Miss Kittin. Right. And Miss Kittin and the Hacker.
Yeah.
Right? Because I love that whole thing. I love the whole champagne and all that kind of thing. Champagne limos, all that malarkey.
Yeah.
So... what does she sound like? She sounds like Miss Kittin. So when we were talking about this and coming on here, I was like, how do I get Miss Kittin into the equation? Sat there, thought about it, and of course, Felix the House Cat, silver screen shower scene, sample from the Flirts. So this is the Flirts Passion Studio 57 Megamix remix version from 1983 by Ben Lee Brand.